Have a look, Olympic sponsors, at these images. They are of the daily occurrence of the so-called modern dressage sport by today's FEI. The very same FEI established in 1921 to protect horses in sport with a clearly written rule book, but it is a rule book the FEI no longer abides by. Look at these images, Olympic sponsors. They are of the FEI's Rollkur LDR and its abandonment of horse welfare. The current FEI is a contradiction of what the Olympic Games stand for, and it has become a contradiction to its very own purpose of existence. Have a look, Olympic sponsors, at these images.
The suffering witnessed here is not an anomaly. Holes in the horses' mouths, tears in the horses' tongues, fractured jaws, spike holes from pitchforks, and whippings. On and on it goes with the very elite from the FEI. These are the FEI's premier riders, the FEI's very best, which the children and everyone else are supposed to be admiring. Dressage is about achieving harmony between horse and rider, with its history dating back to approximately 430 BC. It develops the horse's natural ability through correct, systematic training, working patiently through the scales of training in a partnership. But in these last 20 plus years, the FEI has become corrupted, and instead of harmonious partnership with the horse, there exists brutal domination of the horse, as can be witnessed by the FEI's elite riders.
Completely disingenuous of you to say to the riders and the stakeholders, as Stefan said, you consulted. There's no point consulting if you ignore. That's not consulting, that's just dictatorship. And that's what's gone on. And I'll probably get a rap on the knuckles because I'm on the jumping committee for speaking openly. The FEI is in disarray and you need to wake up and see it. 20, 30 years ago, it was full of people who knew something about the sport, and now it's administrators. If you don't realize that the thing is total sinking ship, you're deluded.
Well, I mean, we will have different opinions. I'm sorry to say so.
It's just
I
facts.
know at least
Facts. You talk is cheap.
Yeah, but
I'm speaking facts.
I'm not talking cheap.
There has been countless studies by the world's most authoritative veterinarians arriving at the same conclusion of Rollkur LDR's detrimental effects upon the horse. The pole is situated between the horse's ears, and when it is constricted, it reverberates through the entire body of the horse. The horse needs its pole to be relaxed in order for its body to be in harmony with itself. The pole, the neck, and the horse's back are a complex chain, and when there are tensions in one end, it will spread through the entire spinal column of the horse. The subsequent misalignment of the vertebrae then severely upsets the horse's natural balance. These are the findings of the world's best vets. The subsequent misalignment of the vertebrae and then severely upsets the horse's natural balance. The FEI is and has been well aware of all of this. The veterinarian's findings of Rollkur LDR also affect the salivary glands, the trachea, and shuts off the oxygen supply to the horse's tongue, causing it to turn blue. Consequently, the horse drools saliva copiously all over itself. And with its airways alarmingly narrowed, as found in the endoscopic research, the horse tries to widen the airways, but can't due to the leverage of the bit and the rider's strong hands. Then the horse ends up with flared nostrils, and it was found to be gasping for air. All of these things can be easily witnessed at any live competition or training area. This is a commonplace occurrence that the FEI has been promoting and condoning through the use of Rollkur and LDR.
Olympic athletes are rightfully banned for doping violations. In this case, we have the FEI's athletes involved in blatant horse abuse over the last 20 plus years. These are the idols upcoming riders must emulate in order to succeed today. To support this public, blatant, and brutal cruelty, Olympic sponsors, is simply criminal in every conceivable way, and any accomplice should be charged with animal cruelty.
You are allowed to take pictures, and I'd like to see pictures of competition outline too. You can also publish pictures on the internet of the competition outline, not necessarily just round and deep. I would like to show to the people what it's all about. It's about gymnastics, and it has nothing to do with animal cruelty, but with making loose, stretching and removing blocks. Once I keep my hands quiet in the same position, he has to release. The more you vary in doing this, the easier it gets. I can also bend him to one side. It's important that I have speed control and that he is not leaning on my hands. He may not lean on the bit because he has to yield. By doing this, he gets more supple. He also sits more comfortable when I do this. Keeping him in one position is not good. That's why a change is very important. I will proceed with a bit of round and deep in canter.
Another finding by the vets was the impairment upon the horse's vision. Rollkur LDR causes the horse to literally not be able to see where it's going, and it becomes under complete domination by the rider then. This is what is referred to as learned helplessness. The vision is so affected where at most the horse can only see is the ground before its feet. And this goes completely against a horse's very nature of being a flight animal. A flight animal that relies on its vision for its very own existence.
In Chapter 1, Article 401, titled Object and General Principle of Dressage, it states, the object of dressage is the development of the horse into a happy athlete through harmonious education, and as a result, it makes the horse calm, supple, loose, and flexible, but also confident, attentive, and keen, thus achieving perfect understanding with the athlete. It is also stated in the FEI's Code of Conduct for the welfare of the horse. At all times, the welfare of the horse must be paramount. Welfare must never be subordinated to competitive or commercial influences. Take a stance, Olympic sponsors, or the citizens of the world will take a stance against you.
Auf Satchmo die späteren Mannschafts- und Einzelweltmeister. Ihre Abreitetechnik unterscheidet sich deutlich von den Methoden, die Klaus Balkenhol mit seiner Mannschaft trainiert. Niemals könnte sie so erfolgreich das Pferd in dieser tiefen Einstellung in einer Prüfung den Richtern präsentieren. Denn so ist Dressurarbeit nicht in den Richtlinien beschrieben. Die spätere Kürweltmeisterin Antje van Grunsven auf Salinero. Ein so tief eingestelltes Pferd zeigt seine Unzufriedenheit mit schlagendem Schweif und lässt wenig Losgelassenheit erkennen. Und Losgelassenheit ist ein wesentlicher Bestandteil der Ausbildungsskala. Glücklicherweise sind
When a horse's head and its neck is hauled in, chin on chest or shoulders, the horse literally cannot see where it is going. The brutality by the FEI and its elite riders is beyond comprehension. The horse will of course try to escape from this domination, but then the beatings start to occur. The whippings, the stabbing from a pitchfork, the use of chains in the mouth, and so on. All this must come to an end. The FEI must be reformed. They have, through the vast amount of money, manipulated the entire horse community, which includes the media. It is you, the millions of people outside of the horse community. It is you that will, as in all things, be the change that is desperately needed. It is you that we, the real horse people, call on to protect the horse. The horse that has given all of itself for humans since its domestication 6,000 years ago. All of the wars and its labor to be of help to humanity. And now this is the repayment by the biggest global institution, the FEI, the supposed protector of the horse, so corrupted it doesn't even abide by its very own rule book.
Take a stance, Olympic sponsors, or have the citizens of the world take a stance against you. Take a stance against the horse abuse promoted and condoned by the FEI. These images do not lie. Take a stance, Olympic sponsors, or have the citizens of the world take a stance against you.